Welcome to Ladies of Another View. I'm Beck, and I'm joined with Andrea, Carmen, and we have with us today a very special guest, I was going to say Carmen, only one Carmen. We have Shannon Cook, and
Hi.
she is from Kenmare, North Dakota. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi.
Welcome.
And I want to explain how I met you. We're going to be doing a My Hometown on Kenmare. It's so many great things to talk about Kenmare. And one of those turned out to be Shannon, because I was staying at the Quilt Inn. You offered to carry my bags to the car. I
Yes,
said,
I
oh,
did.
just drop it off at the door. But no, she took it all the way to the car. And you gave me your card because we were talking about some high school
Yep.
rocks where each class puts their year on
We
it.
get to carve the year we graduate into the valleys. It's exciting.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were going to tell me a little bit about that. You got me your card, and it said TBI survivor.
Yep.
Traumatic brain injury survivor. And I said, what is that about? Shannon, tell us what happened.
Basically, it is my story of my life relived and rebuilt. In July 2010, I survived a severe traumatic brain injury. And it was not good. That is a photo of me after they took the right side of my skull apart to save my life. When you have severe brain trauma, the spinal fluid gets to be too much and there's nowhere for it to go. So to save my life, they took my skull apart and stapled it shut again. That was nice. I was given a 30% chance to live. With that type of brain injury, you don't have much luck, and less than 5% chance to be normal again. You know how your phones and your tablets get damaged? There's not a whole lot you can do with it. You're lucky if you can turn it on and off again. That's kind of my hard drive entirely got damaged.
So I want to go back a little bit because the accident happened. Did you get bucked off a horse?
Yep. I worked at Stockman's Livestock with my husband and many other family members in Dickinson. And I was late, dropped the boys off at daycare, bring the girls with to work. My daughters were 9 and 10, so they got to come and watch the cattle and check out the horses. And since I was late, I didn't get to work on the block like I normally would. Mm-hmm. So I went and got on the horse I rode many, many times before. But someone had put the wrong saddle on the horse, and it's not very comfortable to run in shoes the wrong size. Well, now you have a horse trying to run in a saddle that's too small, and my weight on it made it that much worse. So he bucked me off. And they had just cleaned up the alley, so there was no manure, anything to catch me when I fell, and I landed and shattered the left side of my skull.
Show us a picture here. Now, we don't have it for the screen, I'm sorry, but if we can do a close-up of the skull and tell us, what are we looking at here?
Right over here, they took the right side of my skull was damaged, the left side was damaged. They took the right side off, and in the photo you can see my brains were literally out of my head. Not a lot, but enough to make it bad. And there's that gray line that goes down the center of your skull. If your brain passes over that line, either way, you're brain dead. I was within a hair of being completely brain dead.
Wow.
And they prayed, Lord, keep her alive. We don't want to lose her. I lived, but they said that the entire brain damage is so bad, find a nursing home for her now, because she will not be able to function. So they prayed some more, help her function, help her be okay enough to get to go home someday.
But the medical team didn't expect much of a recovery from you based on the excess.
They kept me
damage.
in induced coma for 2 weeks, and then they started taking machines off. Does she remember how to breathe? Does her body remember how to this and do that? And they took me out of a coma, and that was like a newborn. They taught me how to walk again. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't talk. And thank God, your brain doesn't have the cognitive ability to know any of it. So that month and a half after they took me out of a coma, I don't remember any of it. Learning how to walk again, how to do anything. And it was almost exactly 2 months later, I cognitively woke up And I'm sitting there going, what crappy hotel is this? These are ugly pajamas. Someone shaved off my hair. What's going on? But I also did not wake up in 2010. I woke up, it was about 1992, and I thought I was in high school.
Oh my gosh.
So imagine yourself back in high school, college, life is great, fun, fabulous. You go to bed and you wake up in the morning who you are today in the hospital, and you're like, what up?
What did I miss?
What's going on?
Yeah.
And the nurse walked in and she goes, oh, you woke up. How you doing? I'm hungry. I have to pee. Where am I at? And she goes, you don't know how to use a bathroom. What are you hungry for? And you're at St. Alexis. I said, okay, I come here to help pray with families when somebody's dying. Well, you kind of almost did. You weren't doing very well for a while. What happened? But my brain thought I was about 17. And they said, well, your husband should be here pretty soon. My what? What do you mean my husband? So that was me having to figure out everything, scary as heck. I mean, what would you do if you were 15 and you woke up who you are today? You kind of want to freak out just a little.
Wow.
Did you freak out just a little?
Oh, heck yeah. And then she says, I don't know how to use a bathroom. I said, what are you talking about, lady? So they put the helmet on, good times, not so much, and they helped me walk, and I could walk like normal. She goes, well, that's cool.
Nice.
I said, yeah,
upgrade.
I know how to walk. Thanks for having faith. And go in the bathroom and I sit down. She goes, now this is toilet paper. I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? You take it, you wipe, you go wash your hands. And she goes, you couldn't even talk this well this morning, much less do this for yourself.
Oh my gosh.
So that was my wow morning. And then I get up and wash my hands. I'm like, that's an awful photo of my mom. I look like my mom
Well, let's
when
look at
she
the
was
rest
30.
of the photos here because, yeah, this is like something out of a movie, right? So your hair
Yep.
started growing in here.
This was after the piece of my skull they took out. They froze it, and they unthawed it. It was 2 months after they had taken it apart. They put it back in. So this was about Christmas 2010. The hair started to grow back in, which is exciting. I got my skull put back together. Bonus, nice birthday present. And didn't have to use a helmet anymore to protect skin and brains.
And here you are. How long afterwards?
This was my 12-year anniversary photo.
Okay.
That I'm happy as a clam to be here and functional and above any even hope they ever thought that I'd be able to be. And when you wake up without hair twice, it's a major buzzkill as a woman. So to have hair and do something different with it anytime I can, oh heck yeah.
That was a cute haircut, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That worked.
I had to celebrate. It's like, yep, I'm gonna have fun with this. For the longest time, I let the hair grow out. And another crazy part is I'm like, God, I need brains and hair. I'm stupid and I'm bald. Not a good time either way. Help me out. So I got the hair jet black and gray, which was, thank you for hair, but it's the wrong color. So I did super blonde for years. Didn't get a haircut for 4 years. I just let it grow because I was freaked out. And then my daughter, my oldest child, graduated and went to college to be a cosmetologist. So I said, will you cut my hair for the first time? She was, yep. So she got to practice cutting hair on me, and she knew the scars and whatnot, so it didn't scare her at all.
And how old are your kids? You have 4 children?
I do. My oldest will be 23 on Thanksgiving. She's the one who's the hairstylist. And the next one, she's just turned 21 back in March. And my son Hank is 15 today. There's a photo of Hank, and my little Aiden is 12.
And it's been how many years since the accident?
It has been just over 12 years since my accident.
Wow.
And they told me it would take at least 5 years for me to be functional when my whole hard drive is shot. Good luck with that. I was able to do almost everything in 6 months.
Wow.
And my 1-year checkup, the doctor didn't recognize me. He goes, you are not the woman that was dying on my table a year ago. He goes, you can literally go and do whatever you want. Please be careful, don't hit your head again. 'Cause I don't think I can fix it twice. I'm like, oh, no worries. I have no plans to get into any kind of an accident, oops moment, anything. And with myself and my kids, we put helmets on. riding bike,
Always
riding horse,
careful, yeah.
skateboards, doesn't matter.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck, and we are once again joined by Shannon Cook, who is a TBI survivor, traumatic brain injury.
Yep.
And she was telling us about what it's like to wake up from this and think you're 15 years old and you lost, what, 20 or 30 years?
About 17 years.
17.
Yep.
Wow.
That
So
was hard.
what was it like then? Because you didn't remember that you were married, you didn't remember you had kids.
Right.
What was that piece like for you?
That was extremely complicated. After going to the bathroom and excited I could do that, the woman telling me, the nurse, saying, your husband should be here pretty soon. My what? Oh yeah, you're married, you have like 4 kids. I have what? It was an extra, what the heck? I said, I know my name and my parents' names and my phone number when I was a kid. That for real is all that I knew. I couldn't give you the alphabet, so I couldn't read. I couldn't count past 3. You could give me the phone and I couldn't tell you what numbers I was rattling off. And she handed me a cell phone. I thought it was a remote control.
Well,
So think of yourself going back 15, 20, 30 years. What was normal back then? And now wake up today, what are you going to do? So yeah, here he comes walking in. Hi, you woke up today. I guess so, and who are you? Well,
my
I'm your
gosh.
husband. You're my what? And shows me photos of the kids, and I was like, well, they're cute. What do you mean they're my kids? So it was hard and scary, and it's just scary as hell. And we mentioned the movie Overboard. It was similar to that. Here some guy walks in and says, you're my wife, come home with me. No, I did not have to ride in the back of the pickup. But after proving I was physically capable to go home, I go home with this man and with these children that I did not know. And they're calling me mom, and I was trying not to be rude, but I was very irritated. These children are calling me mom. I did not recognize the clothing in the closet, the house, anything. All I knew is there was a tiny baby that needed help. That's all that I knew was important. And the kids were sweet, and here, mom, this, and we'll help you with that. And I was scared, and it was complicated. And one of the cousins was able to put her job on hold. She didn't have to go to work, so she could babysit me and the 2 little boys at home. And my son, who is 15 today, Hank, and I would watch Sesame Street for 30 minutes, and I would sleep for about 5 hours for my brain to understand half an hour Sesame Street. But by doing that, it somehow reenacted the parts of my brain to remember things. I would have dreams at night that brought back those memories of finishing high school, going to college, getting married, having the kids. That took a couple years to get all those missing years, the 17 years I lost, back. And the doctors were like, well, that's not normal. You don't get to relive that. But I am proof that I relived my history and I rebuilt my life around the pieces that I got back. If you take a jigsaw puzzle, you're born, you learn how to walk and talk and all the pieces of the puzzle of your life. Somebody flipped mine upside down on the floor. And I had to put it all back together. They're not necessarily in the spot they used to be, but I've got them.
right, right.
And I decided I can be extremely sad, depressed, and angry. What happened to me? Why did I lose all this? Or I can find happiness, enjoying the fact that God didn't give up on me. I'm not going to give up on myself. And find some joy every day to just move forward as little as I could. And hopefully I can give people advice later. This works, that doesn't, but each person is different. So that's what I really like to do, is to show other survivors that there is hope. You'll be able to make it through this.
Well, you wrote down something that I thought was very
I did.
inspirational, and you're always trying to inspire and help others to bring them through, because a survivor understands what that's like. So when you said, proof is easy, faith is hard work.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
And I would pray often, God help me put into words what I'm feeling. And this one came to me that yes, proof that you're alive is easy. Here you are. But having faith that you'll be able to be yourself again after a brain injury, it is hard work. Simply getting up and starting the day can be very hard now to work at rebuilding who you were before. But God didn't give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. Just move forward a little bit every day. Maybe it's something small. Maybe it'll be a wow, big moment. I had one survivor. She came to the meetings that I used to have every month. She goes, I'm so excited. I remember how to fold my bath towels. She goes, and my husband thinks I'm crazy for being so excited. We threw a party. I said, heck yeah. That's an amazing thing for you to remember how to properly fold your towels. For me to remember how to bake cookies. Oh, heck yeah. I'm a fabulous cook. To get that memory back was like, and another part of my brain being all the damage, I couldn't tell you I'm hungry for a sandwich. I want a glass of water. I didn't know what those words were. I could draw it for you. The artistic part for me was always there. And I think I've shared with you a little bit of my artistic things.
Yes, yes. Let's take a look at some of the artwork that you do with Ukrainian Easter eggs.
I learned how to...
Look at that. Wow.
It's a...
Gorgeous.
And some people think that would drive them crazy. How can you sit and do that tiny work? For me, it's letting go of the chaos for my day, and I just focus on that little egg, making it gorgeous.
Yeah. Wow. It's almost like this one, almost like drawing the pieces of your brain back and making them colorful and productive and pleasing.
And you have to start small, and you go with the little easy part, draw the lines, then you do the white, and get darker colors as you go. And
I want to make sure people know how they can get a hold of you, because they can follow you on Facebook, right?
Yep.
TBI Survivor Support.
Yep.
TBI Survivor Support. We have it on the screen. And they can, that way they can connect with you through Facebook.
Absolutely. And the if you want workforce safety, I actually did a lot. I had an amazing boss at Stockman's, which doesn't happen very often. You get injured at work, and there's the fight with getting the proper health care you need. And my boss, Larry Schnell, was a miracle from heaven also. He said, I don't care what it costs, you do what she needs to do to have her healthy again. So WSI did a video about me. I was married. It was Shannon Binstock. That's Binstock. You can look up the video on YouTube. Shannon Binstock, WSI, kind of combination. And that was also, if I may, being married, and I couldn't read, I couldn't remember anything. So my husband chose, oh, this is what you like to eat. This is who you get to talk to. These are the clothes you should wear. And he enjoyed that control. And when my brain started to come back, he didn't like that, that I was able to think. He goes, oh no, don't listen to your mom. She's too stupid. She doesn't remember. She can't think for herself. It's like, dude, I'm lucky. I got it back. Don't tell me I can't do that. So after us continuing to try to figure out a happy place with the two of us, I wasn't liking how I was being treated. So I said, we need to get a divorce. He goes, oh yeah, you go ahead and try that. And the lawyer wanted too much money. So I went to the courthouse and filled out the paperwork myself, which is hard and complicated and scary.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, help me out. I had total faith in God one more time. We both signed it. The judge looked at it, and it's done. So I divorced the man that I was married to. And the children still see both of us and deal with both of us. And a normal divorce is goofy. But my little boy that was 3, when I said we watched Sesame Street together, he would say, you're my new mom. You're kind of fun. So I was different. I was new. But I said, am I better than the other one? I don't know yet. So thank goodness he was 3. He doesn't
What
know.
an inspiration you are, Shannon.
But-
What an amazing life. And you carried my bags for me. We just were having small talk, and what an amazing story you have. Thank you for coming on today.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for letting me
much.
come and share.